And now the fun begins. So what we've got here is we've got ourselves a trigger that is looking what is the maximum salary of the table, and if the salary that is coming in to the row is greater than that salary, it's supposed to blow up. And yet when we it compiles cleanly enough, and let me just demonstrate that again, it's compiling cleanly enough, there's no problem. When I try to do an update where I'm increasing everyone's salary by 10%, that would be greater than the maximum salary of the table. When I try to do that update, it causes an explosion. The trigger itself is the thing that's complaining. That's this one right there. And it's saying that the table is mutating. And that is because I'm updating the table. It cannot read from the table that is being updated. It seems to be that I need to do this in multiple steps in the logic. I need one piece to basically take this information and store it somewhere. And then once I'm inside this trigger, then I can go ahead and check out what that value was. It basically has to happen in two spots. Now, here's the deal. A statement level trigger has no problem reading from the table that is being updated, because it's happening before the actual update happens in the statement. So what I can do is I'm just going to make a new session. I'm going to grab this header section here, copy. I'm going to go paste. And I said this is before update insert statement. If I remove for each row, this has now become a statement level trigger, which is awesome. Not sure why are you freaking out there. I don't know. Oh, it's freaking out because I don't have an end. That's why. And then let's go ahead and end that trigger. Okay, gonna go paste. And I tell you what, just for demonstration, I'm going to put a print statement in here. DBMS output put line max salary is, and V max sal. All right, so let's do our compile. Okay, let's go out here and do our little update. Yep. You know what I'm realizing is when I update, I tell you what, you know what I'm going to do? This trigger is still very much in effect right now, so that update will cause an explosion. So all I really want to do is just demonstrate that this statement level trigger is working. So I'm going to basically set the salary to being the salary multiplied by 1. So the salary will be itself. And even then it blew up. That's nice. But before it blew up, there was the statement level trigger. There's the statement level trigger. So the timing of this is that the statement level trigger fires first, then the row level trigger fires second. And I talk about all that stuff in my row level trigger videos. I actually do a little demonstration of those timing events. But basically, it's before statement, before row, after statement, right? So that's kind of how that works. So cool. So now basically this guy knows what that was. Now the row level trigger, it'd be good if I could basically somehow get this information from this block of code, right? Get the max out from this block of code into this block of code, right? A row level trigger cannot read from the very same object that it is they're updating, right? So what I somehow need to do is pass this information from this block of code, from that trigger, into this block of code. Now, there is a construct in most database languages that would remember how to do this. That construct in this world is called a package. And so, so basically what I'm going to do now is talk a little bit more about the package, and then in the next video, fix this. So let's go out of here and talk about package. So let's forget about the trigger for a second. If I go create or replace, not procedure, which you guys have seen, or function, which I haven't shown you, but package, create or replace package, and I'm just going to basically say at this point, you know, emp vars. Okay, so it's for variables. Create and replace package, whatever. And this, I'm going to create something which I'm just going to call this point v max sal, which is a number 6, 0. All right, and I go colon and I go end, and it's going to be emp vars. And that was sweet. Oh my goodness, it's getting worse. Getting worse. All right, for the record, I'm on day 10 of COVID, but I think we'll be fine. Here we go. Done. All right. Now, I think what I'm missing here is that all these guys have to have a begin. So there's a begin. All right. So let's go ahead and run this guy. Go. And, oh my goodness, as. Run it again. Expect one or more of the following, double quotes, whatever. Oh my goodness, begin. Oh, see, this is it. This is the COVID. This is the COVID coming. All right. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of the compiler log, because I think I finally had a nice clean compile now. Let's go. All right, so there's emp vars. Emp vars is now created. If we go over here and look under where the packages are, we'll see we now have a little package called emp var. Very, very, very cool. Awesome. So what does emp var do? Well, I can now basically say begin. So in this block, I can say emp vars, the name of the package, .v max sal, the name of the variable inside the package. Is this it's assigned 42. Okay, end. And then the next block that fires off is going to be dbms output put line emp vars max sal. So this block will get loaded into memory. It'll grab this package, load that into memory, and then assign that variable 42. Then the block disappears from memory. All right. Going to bring it back though. This block fires into memory, and it runs out to the package sitting in memory, gets that variable, and then prints it. So let's have a look. What does this guy do? We don't see anything. What does this guy do? This guy seems to remember 42. All right, clear that again. What does this guy remember? We don't know, but it is seemingly, it did something. And what does this guy do? This guy prints out 42. It's as if now I got two blocks that remember a value. All right. Now I could talk a lot more about packages, because packages don't just have to be things, storages for variables that you want to be persistent, but they can actually, packages can do stuff too. But that's well beyond the scope of what I'm trying to do with this example. A good question is, how long will this remain in memory? So the package will remain in memory for as long as the session remains in memory. So if I was to shut down my environment, then the package would also disappear as well, right? So so they're not persistent forever, but it is persistent within the session, and it is a good way to pass information from one block to another block. So now in the next video, I'm going to take this idea and bring it into my two triggers over here.